So we see here, he say, Jehovah called thy name a green olive tree. Okay?
Right.
So now we want to know where is this olive tree.
Green olive tree.
Okay, we go to Yeshayahu chapter 5.
Bible pen. Isaiah
Yeshayahu chapter 5. And we read.
chapter 5.
We will not interpret on, just wait. So we're going to hear now, we start with the verse 1 to the verse 7.
1 to 7. Okay.
Now will I sing unto my well-beloved a song, my beloved touching his vineyard.
Yeah.
My well-beloved as a vineyard in very fruitful hill. And he fenced it, and gathered out the stone thereof, and planted it with the choice vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that he should bring forth grapes, and he brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitant of Jerusalem, and men of Yehuda, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I look that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you, what will I do to my vineyard? I will take away the head thereof, and it shall be eaten up, break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned, nor digged, but they shall become briars and thorn. I will also command the cloud that it rain no rain upon it. For the vineyards of Jehovah is of Sebaot is the house of Israel.
House of Israel.
Okay, and the man of Judah is present plant. You have the house of Israel and the present plant, which is Yehuda.
The vineyard and the present
Okay,
plant.
and he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold the cry. Vow unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. You see? So we see here from Yeshayahu 5:7 that the vineyard of Jehovah is the house of Israel, including Judah. Okay? Now we have the context here. Okay? What has my beloved to do in my house, since she has brought lewdness? You want the same word, lewdness, you know? Lewdness, you use the same word, and he called the same, Paul called the same word. Jehovah called thy name a green olive tree. This is what we are looking in Jeremiah 11. Now we know that the olive tree is here, the house of Israel, the whole house of Israel, fair and of goodly fruit. This is what he say here. With the noise of a great tumult, he has kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. For Jehovah Sebaot that planted thee has pronounced evil against you, for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah.
This is the green olive tree, is the house of Judah and house of Israel.
Both. So both branches were broken off, not only from the house of Israel. Okay? This is why he speak of the remnant. Okay,
Yeah,
but
the
there is still
remnant to come back when?
This is a still remnant. Okay?
A remnant, because it's many, it's multitudes of nations.
There's one 119 ministry called these verses to show who is
Yeah,
that.
because he just the context is the house of Israel. But here, if you speak that is a.
But if you want to explain the chapter 11 from Romans, you need to know that.
This is why, because Shaul is speaking to in the specific people there.
Okay?
Not
Now,
with the grafted in. The grafted in is not the. It is the.
The Goyim here is speak to those from Ephraim.
The goyim, because this. How about the Romans 10? We speak about neither Jew and Gentiles there.
Romans
It's
10.
2. But I don't remember which verse was that. It was in Romans 10, if you see that. He's speaking to the Jew and.
Bear them record that they have a zeal of Elohim, but not according to knowledge. Okay? Why? For they being ignorant of Elohim righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. What? Oral law. Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Elohim. Okay? They say to Elohim, no, we don't want that. We have our own. We have the oral law which explains everything. We don't need you. So we don't need the Mashiach. This is why they reject him. Okay? For Moshe described the righteousness which is of the Torah, that the man which does those things shall live by them. But the righteousness which is of faith speak on this verse, say not in thine heart who shall ascend into heaven, that is to bring a Mashiach down, or who shall descend into the deep, that is bring up Mashiach again from the dead. What said it? The word is nigh thee, in thy mouth, in thy heart. That is the word of faith which we preach. That if you shall confess with thy mouth the Master Yeshua and shall believe in our heart that Elohim has raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. You see? And he goes on, he explains, you have to preach, you have not heard the gospel, the good news, we have to spread. But I go back to chapter 11. In the chapter 11, the verse 30, for I speak unto you, Goim, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Goim, I magnify mine office. The Goim, for me, and I will not depart from that, is based on Bereshit 48. Okay? Bereshit 48 is very clear. It's very clear. He said here, 48, yeah. Look, he said here. He said, in verse 9, 48, 9, he said, and Joseph said unto his father, because he asked him, who are they? They are my son, whom Elohim has given me in this place. And he, Jacob, said unto Esau, bring them, I pray you unto me, and I will bless them. Okay? And I said here, and he blessed Joseph and said, Elohim, before whom my father Abraham and Isaac did walk. The Elohim which fed me all my life long unto this day, the Malach which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, Ephraim and Manasseh, and let my name be named on them. What is the name?
Israel.
Yeah, it's not Jacob, it's Israel.
Israel. The name
Be on them, okay, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth, okay? A multitude. The word is in Hebrew is let them grow as fish, no, as fish, as fish in the among the nations. Just wait. And when Joseph saw that his father was led his right hand, so he goes on, and Joseph was not happy with that. He told his father, but his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He also, Manasseh, shall become a people, one nation, a goy, and he shall also be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a Melo Agohim, multitude of nations. Okay, here we have it. This nation, the Melo Agohim from Ephraim, okay, this is what goes on. And after the split of the Shalomo, when the 10 tribes were scattered away, among the 10 tribes, who was among the 10 tribes? Was not Ephraim?
Yeah, he's the one.
Okay, he was also Ephraim.
But he was lead by the 10 tribes.
No, he was the first king, Jeroboam, the first king of the house of Israel, was an Ephraimite.
Ephraimite, yeah.
Okay.
He was the head.
This is why he was the kingdom of the north is called Ephraim. But we play always between the house of Israel and Ephraim. House of Ephraim.
This is what is confusing, because when Shaul speak about either the house.
This is why we have to know. He doesn't speak to the pagans here.
No, it's a believer.
He doesn't speak about the pagans.
In that 19 minutes, they get from, those who are not the native born. But here is speaking about only the household of
here
Jacob.
Is speaking about the house of Jacob.
Nothing else, because the rules is remain. The law is for the outside.
Of course,
to join.
Putting the word Gentiles, it makes the thing easy for all these Christians to say to everybody. You understand? It's not to everybody. The first thing is to know that
because we lost our identity. This is the problem. The house of Israel.
Listen, it's very complex, because everyone can come to Elohim. Everyone.
Of course.
Everyone.
It's a mankind. His Torah is for all the mankind.
It's everyone. But in this context, he's speaking to the descendant of Jacob. Okay? Everyone who join himself according to the Torah become part of the house of Israel. Okay? So, I speak to you, Goim, as well. I am the apostle of the Goim, I magnify my office. And he say, if the casting away of them be reconciled of the world. This is a casting is from Judah alone, or the casting of the house of Israel?
The two. I believe it's not Judah alone.
Yeah, but life from the dead. For the first fruit be kadosh, the first fruit where the believer, the believe in Yeshua, first fruit. Okay?
The
first fruit where the believer in Yeshua.
The first fruit, the believer in Yeshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
First fruit, Jacob
first
1.
Fruit.
Yeah. Jacob,
James,